This is a Christmas village, and it's one of the few villages from the Choice Durham's Overhauled Village mod. In this village, every building has this cozy winter holiday vibe to it, as they're mostly made out of bricks and have fireplaces or a stove in the house, which means every building has a chimney. Not to mention, all street lamps are candy canes, and like how the middle bell is under a giant Christmas tree. But before we start celebrating the holidays in this village, let's make the journey of getting here just as winterly magical, which is why today I'll be introducing mods exactly for that. From transforming the snowy biome to new mobs to actual things to do once we reach the village. So let's begin. First up, to get to the Christmas village, we'll need a new form of transportation, which is why the Snowy Spirit mod would be perfect for that. Now, with some sticks and any wood type you like, you can make a snow sled. With that, you can traverse through snow and especially down snowy mountains at a really high speed. And it's great fun too. And as for storage, you can actually attach a chest on it. But if that's not fast enough, if you got a pet dog, you can attach its lead on the sled, making it a sled dog. And just like that, we made traveling a lot more fun in this winter season. Now, along the way to the village, while riding your dog sled, you'll notice how the frozen oceans and rivers look somewhat different. That's because with the mod Ecologics, frozen waters now have a new block to them called thin ice, which are these transparent ice that would actually break the moment you jump on them, causing you to fall in the icy waters. This mod also adds snow and ice breaks for you to craft, so maybe making a temporary igloo for the night could also be a fun idea. But that's not the only thing this mod adds, because there are now gonna be penguins in this biome. Unlike us, these guys love thin ice, because they're able to slide with their belly across them like this. And if you bred them with fish, the mother would actually hold on to the egg, and it's so cute. I mean, these guys are like a must-have for a wintry biome anyways. Speaking of must-have animals, another animal that's needed for winter or this holiday season has to be deers, which is why I added the deer mod. This mod is a really simple one that just adds nothing but deers. These guys are in love with these deer crackers that can be crafted with wheat and string like this, so much that you can actually put a saddle on them, attach a deer cracker to a rod, and ride them using it. This could also be another fun way to get to the Christmas village. However, these deers are also worth hunting as well, since they drop deer meat that can be good food source, and even their antlers that can be made into these beautiful banner patterns. But before doing that, let's add a way to make hunting these deers more fun by adding the mod Winter Massacre. This mod allows you to put all sorts of items into snowballs, from something as simple as putting stone or nether bricks to make your snowballs actually hurt, to putting TNT to create a dynamite snowball that would actually explode on impact. There are also really interesting ones like this icy snowball that would spread into little shards, hurting all the mobs in the area. With this mod, hunting deers on the way to the Christmas village would actually be super fun now. And if you needed a break from traveling, we got the Snowy Villager Hotel mod, which is this hotel where you can find in snowy biomes that's ran by villagers. Upon entering this hotel, you'll be greeted with a bar immediately for you to grab a drink. Deeper into the lobby, you'll find a librarian villager as the receptionist. Upstairs is where all the rooms are at, with some being occupied by villagers taking shelter from the harsh winter weather outside. Each room looks super cozy as well, with even a bathroom in them. And there are even entertainments like this little reading area outside the rooms or a pool table, which I find are super cute decorations. So you can rest here a bit or just spend the night here before continuing your journey to the Christmas village. But instead of a hotel, you could also find these gingerbread houses on the way to the Christmas village. This is from the mod Season's Greeting, which a lot of its features are gonna be mentioned once we reach the village, but one of its features is this gingerbread house, where you meet a witch inside with a baby villager trapped in an oven. Now, there are still a lot of features in this mod, like how this witch is literally boiling milk in a cauldron here. So I think it's about time to get to the village to see them. Now that we are finally here, it's time to add activities to do here, starting by the mod Fat Chicken. I mean, what better way to start off a celebration other than cooking? Which is why with this mod, you can now grab berries and stuff a chicken until it becomes a fat chicken. This also works the same on pigs and salmon, and they all look so funny. Now, once your chicken is this big, it'll drop a big chicken meat instead, which can be made into this chicken dish that can actually be placed down as well, or this pork and fish dish for pigs and salmon. It's a simple yet really fun mod to have. But that's not gonna be it for cooking, because we have yet to go through making essential holiday snacks like cookies and hot cocoa, which is why we got the mod Christmas Delight. With this mod, you can now make gingerbread dough with sugar, honeycomb, wheat, and egg before making cookie cutters in these 4 shapes. You can pick whichever one you like, but I'm going with this Christmas tree one. Next, you'll want to place the dough on a cutting board before cutting it with the cutter you made earlier. Whoa, that's a lot of cuts in a sentence. But yeah, once you've cut the dough, you can make the cookies, which can be eaten just like this, but the fun part is where you make these frostings in any color you like to put on your cookies, creating all sorts of colors and shapes, or even these cute little designs by mixing different frostings. Now sure, this is fun and all, but we're missing the magic when it comes to this holiday season, which is why we have the mod Season's Greetings. This mod is probably one of the best festive mods I've ever come across, because sure, you could just make gingerbread cookies like how I did earlier, but with Season's Greetings, you can make gingerbread cookie with 2 wheat and a sugar, but this time, you could also add more wheat to make a gingerbread block, which is exactly what you saw from this gingerbread house earlier. So yes, you can indeed make gingerbread bricks, stairs, and doors, and even decorate them by making icing like this and either placing them on the roof, hanging them like this, or just on the walls. Now remember how the witch was boiling milk inside the gingerbread house? Well, yeah, you can now place milk inside a cauldron before heating it up from underneath to boil it. Then just scoop it up with a glass bottle to get warm milk, which actually gives you the cozy effect, making you immune to powdered snow. And you can make this effect last even longer by making chocolate with cocoa beans like this and putting it inside the boiling milk to get hot cocoa. But for something actually magical, you can actually place the gingerbread cookies you made earlier into a furnace, and it'll come out turning into a gingerbread man, which is this cookie man that'll run around really quickly, kinda like it's lost its mind. But if you were to somehow capture one, you'll actually be able to tame it, and now it'll work for you if you gave it a certain tool, whether it's to hunt mobs for you or to help mine ores or obsidians. They're super fun to play around. And oh boy, I am not done with this mod, because not only this mod adds new Christmas decorations like this colored lights that can be made with glowstone dust and strings before dyeing them to the color you like, or even this wreath that can be decorated with those lights and a bell. And there's even chocolate blocks or icicles that can be found throughout your world. But since it'll take forever to go through every detail from this mod, let's just end things off by making a snowman. You can do this by making a regular snow golem. You shave the pumpkin off like usual, but this time they look a little different, because you're able to give it a nose by using a carrot. Or if you like it to have a bigger nose, you can give it a potato. You can even do this with beetroots for a red nose. You can then craft a Christmas hat like this before dyeing it to any color you like to wear it on yourselves, because unfortunately you cannot give it to your snowman. But this is actually because you're able to put any block on it, like I mean any block on its head. And if you like to give it a scarf, just click on it with a carpet. Oh, and you can also ask snow golems to stay still now to be a great decoration. So I guess that's basically it for this mod list. I think we've managed to make the snowy biome a really fun experience now, not just from traveling and exploring, but also fun things to do in this Christmas village. Like and subscribe if you could, it's completely free. And if you got any mods you think would fit perfectly in this video, let me know in the comments. Until next time, goodbye.